How you going, guys? I've owned this Stabicraft for about a year now, and wanted just to do a bit of a discussion about it, what I think about it. A few facts about it. It's 5.6 metre. Its maximum horsepower you can fit on it is 140 horsepower. Hull's 4mm Ellie. Tow weight's 1250 kg and can hold at 6 adults. External beam is 2.24 and internal beam is 1.65, and the dead rise is 17 degrees, and if you order it from NZ to Australia it has to come with foam filled pontoons, so that's a bonus that you got to pay extra for if you buy it in NZ. Alright, we'll get into the nitty gritty. It took 13 months from talking to the dealer in Australia to delivery, because it was in the COVID times. I had strikes at the ports, COVIDs, engine delays, aluminium deliveries, everything under the sun basically. So yeah, I copped it all. So it took 13 months of delivery, so it was already a year and a bit old before I received it. So that was a bit of a pain, but that was the times we're living in. To sum up what I purchased it with and how much I paid. It's definitely by no means the no frills version as it came as. I put a lot of extra stuff into it, but yeah, I'll just talk through what I've got. So she's an 1850 Supercab X1. It comes on a Dumbia tandem super roller trailer. It's got a Mercury 135 horsepower instruments and SS prop. She's got an Icon VHF, high drive hydraulic steering. That wasn't the original, but we'll talk about that later. Comes with a removable bait board, rear boarding ladder, and windscreen wiper. It's got a Simrad factory installed at the Stabby workshop NS12 Evo 3. It's got the GPS antenna on the roof, comes with an avionics, and it's got an active imaging transducer. And I got the 1 kilowatt transducer fitted in Western Australia, and it comes with a electric encoder mount, which is just there. And what I put on extra was the cockpit curtains. They're not on at the moment because I've just cleaned the boat down from a trip. But all what I just spoke about, that came out to be 80,000 Australian. So by no means cheap, but I'll let you make your mind up about that. So the options that you could change, because it was basically the X1's the no frills version, was you could put cantilever Fish Pro seats in, you could put rail seats in, you could get an Icy-Tech esky that slides under the rail seats, you get a port side walk through transom door, and you could get a weld on boat catch, so you could drive it on and off the trailer. You could get removable bait board, and the other options were ladder, hatch for battery, windscreen wiper, and removable bait board, which I don't think should have been options. It should have just came with it. Alright. But I'll just go through the pros of this boat. So it's good and short, sharp chop. Handles very well. Not too much slapping and all that sort of stuff. It drives well on a follow-in sea. And it's great when reversing into the swell. Don't get any water on board, and yeah, feel quite safe doing so. Gunnels are quite high. A little bit annoying because it end up whacking your balls on there, but yeah, I mean, it stops people from going overboard, and you know, you can lean on them when you're fighting a fish or whatever. Enclosed cabin, that's a bloody godsend if you got a missus and kid, because you're not getting wet, and yeah, up here it's always windy and carry on, so you're going to get wet. So I wouldn't even look at getting the fisher. It's just bloody excellent, the enclosed cab, all the dry storage and stuff. yeah, you can ask for more. Yeah, the gunnel storage, yeah, it's bloody, yeah, it's excellent. You got a bit of storage in the front of you too. I could always do with more, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. What else? Yeah, just the safety of it. Yeah, I haven't felt unsafe in big swell, chop, any sort of condition. I haven't felt like I need to put my life jacket on and, you know, strap in sort of thing. It's yeah, very safe riding boat. Even a novice can ride it like me, so pretty stoked with it. The 5-year warranty. So yeah, so I mean that's bloody excellent. As long as you can get to them. That's another topic I'll leave for another day. But yeah, I mean 5-year warranty is pretty bloody good. And the fact that they factory installed the Simrad NS12 and the NSS12 Evo 3, they did the active transducer and the antenna, so that's all got the 5-year warranty on it, where they wouldn't do the 1 kilowatt AMR tranny. So that's only got the 2-year on there. But I mean, it's good that they factory installed it. Yeah, and it wasn't an option on their list, but I managed to get them to put on the Minn Kota bracket. And yeah, you wouldn't want that done afterwards, because they got a weld on the boat and it's just a bloody muck around. So I'm stoked that they done that, and that thing is bloody, I couldn't live without it. I don't even use the anchor, to be fair, with that Minn Kota bracket on there. So yeah, I rate it. And plenty of rod holders and cup holders, yeah. So I'll just do a bit of walk around there. So I got these Railblazer cup holders, rod holders. This one's come a bit of a cropper, but I might have put a bit more pressure on than needed. So yeah, maybe we can do that on the downside, that they're just a bit flimsy, but we'll keep going anyway. So yeah, got all them up the transom, cup holders here, and on the gunnels, got all the cup holders, rod holders. Got the rocket launchers up here. Bloody sun's blaring, so hopefully you can see that. That's all the pros I can think about. If I find any more, I'll add to the video. Alright. So now we're on the gritty part, the cons. Needs trim tabs. It shouldn't even be an option to let this boat out of the factory without trim tabs or the brackets to weld it on, because it's a real trim sensitive boat. So like, unless you want to be moving a bloody esky around or telling your family to jump around left, right and centre, or you want to be sort of riding on the piss, it's just uncomfortable without them. So it's something that I've been saving up for. Didn't know that I needed them until I actually got a bit of different conditions behind me belt, and yeah, definitely needs them. Wouldn't have them with it. I've been in other boats with them, and it's light and day sort of thing. So yeah, it's a bit of a piss off that you're paying so much, and then that, you know, they say, oh, you don't need them, blah blah blah. So yeah, definitely needs it. Capstan winch, yeah, this is a bloody nightmare. So I'll climb up into the boat, because this is one of my biggest hates, is the capstan winch. So all the rope ends up coiling up in here, and just getting a hot sweaty mess, and then you'll end up with a lot of guys who get holes through their hulls and stuff like that because of the corrosion. So I've just finished a couple of trips, and I've pulled all the rope out, soak it in water, and then I'll hang it out to dry. But basically, yeah, Stabby wants you to do that every bloody time. So yeah, that's just like wiping their hands of it. It's a shit design, in my opinion. Even just if they could fit a bloody drum winch in there, just make your life easier. So yeah, I'll be even looking at maybe just closing that off completely, the locker from the water, putting a tap in there or something, just so I don't have to clean it out all the time. What have we got now? Got the bait board. Yeah, so I didn't request a removable bait board, but that's what I got. So it's just held on there by a couple of thumb screws, M6 jobbies. So I mean, if you bug it up and you set your drag too tight, or you know, just that fatiguing action of it moving in the chop, or you accidentally trim your motor too far, the thing's just going to come off, and then you're going to lose, you know, if not $1,000 worth of gear. So it's just not a very good design in my opinion, but I mean, it's big enough. It's got the cup holders, rudder holders in there, but it's just yeah, it's Achilles heel is those bloody thumb screws there that hold it on. So I'm at only 2, so maybe I'll look at upgrading them, or I don't know. It's done the job, let's put it that way. So just a bit of a con, it could be better. The other one, yeah, the bilge setup. So we'll go down here. Probably stinks a bit, that's alright. Me bilge. As soon as you get any blood or guts or any sort of shit in there, it just clogs up. So yeah, it really needs like a filter basket or something put in there, or like a macerating pump. It's just not a very good bilge if you're into your fishing activities. And yeah, because you got no scuppers and it's below the deck surface, you're just going to you rely on it really. Yeah, so there's no double redundancy or anything like that. So that's that. What else we got? Fuel tank. So yeah, this comes with a 120 litre fuel tank. May be fine if you're just zipping around the coast, but if you want to do any big trips, it's a little bit small. I've ended up plumbing into like a tote tank, so I can put some 25 litre tanks on board. But yeah, it's it'd be nice to have a bigger tank, and that wasn't an option when speaking to Stabby. They didn't want to hear about that, so yeah, that's a bit of a drama. The other thing is the lack of isolation, just with the fixings and stuff like that. When I had the boat, had no like everywhere pretty much, it was just stainless on alley. You had to go through, put Tef gel on it, nylock washers, all that sort of stuff, absolutely everywhere. Show you the receipts to prove that. I can do that in another video, but yeah, the isolation was pretty bodgy if you ask me. That's just yeah, you know, all your dissimilar metals in saltwater electrolyte should be separated. So yep, and then that sort of backs onto the finish quality, which I can do in another vid, just explaining on what I've had to fix and what issues I've had, blah blah blah. If there's enough interest in this video, I'll do another one. All right. Curve window. Yeah, so I'll get out of here. Sorry for the long-windedness, but I'll get out of here and show you what my drama is about the curve window. So you got the curve window up here, and yeah, it's bloody just struggles with a windscreen wiper going around corners, and it just wears out super quick. It's not a great design if you ask me. I mean, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's that blade I'm changing out every bloody 3 months, and yeah, it's just a bit of a prick really. Well, and then there's that beefy Minn Kota bracket they put on for me. Alright, what's next? Lack of ventilation. Yeah. So you know, like, I'm not in the area that this boat was designed for. It's quite hot where I live, but you you know, it would have been nice to have sliding windows or a hatch in the front here. And what I've ended up doing is I've just put a couple of scuppers in the roof just so I get that cool breeze on my face. But yeah, it gets quite hot in the cab. I've got some fans. But yeah, that's a bit of a party foul there. The lack of ventilation inside the cab there. I mean, it works. It's a 2-for-1 really. You're not getting wet, but you're sweating your ass off when it's summer. So after sales service, yeah, I'll do another video on just little niggly problems I've had, but if I get enough interest. But yeah, after sales, bloody non-existent. Hounding. Just be wary of that. Maybe they changed, I don't know. But in my experience, it's like talking to a brick wall. Here's the other one. Standard seat mounts. Oh, I should have really gone the rail seat mount so I could get that extra room with the esky and stuff like that. I end up just using one for a bin and the other one for the rope. The rail seats, at least I could have shoved an esky under there or a storage box or something. So it is a little bit of a waste. Yeah, didn't know. Should have done it. Yeah, dramas. What else? Oh, yep. So yeah, not so good in the head C. If the swell's up and it's a head C, yeah, she slaps and carries on like any other Ellie. She's sort of got a tack either way, but not any worse or any worse than any other boat I've been in. But yeah, the head C, yeah, not its strong point. All right. And then here's the one I've mentioned. Sitting down, not so comfortable to steer. Yeah, so I find when you're sitting down, which I don't do much, is it's you don't really get a good visual over the dash and that, especially when you're trimmed up. So I end up just standing up, otherwise you're gonna hit shit and whatever. And then yeah, it's a bit cramped. Really, this whole area is a bit cramped. I mean, that seat's pushed all the way back, and if you're standing up, you've only got this little bit of room here, and you end up whacking your nuts on the steering wheel, and yeah, you end up whacking your nuts on the gunnels and stuff. Just the height they are. Maybe I need to be taller or shorter, but it'd be good to have a bit of cushioning around. But hey, now I'm starting to go on the rant, so yeah, that's me. The main pros and cons, and oh, I didn't mention it. What I got here is this the arrow pontoon. It sort of encroaches into the deck space, so you're on a 45-degree angle here. So when you're standing, I find it's just a bit uncomfortable on the tippy toes when you're fishing. So yeah, it's just a bit of a bummer they couldn't you know, have a cutout so your feet go in there, or did it a different way. But so far, yeah, it's not a huge problem. Ended up running some tube matting on it, and it helps with the grip a bit. But yeah, it's just one of them. It's just a bit of a downside. But what I'll do is I'll take you for a walk around and show you what I've done, and if anyone wants to know about any of the modifications I've done, because I've done a fair amount. Because yeah, what I read through originally was just how I bought it, and then done everything myself. I'll do that, alright? So I'll just take you for a quick walk around, and if you like what you're seeing, comment, and you know, you help us out if you subscribe. This is what sort of keeps me motivated in making these videos. Yeah, didn't want to you know, cry out for help, but it would be nice. So that's it there, really. So from the back, that's up there. I'll just get up the top here, do a bit of a walk around. So you got to walk the plank here a bit. It's not too bad, you get used to it. It's a sexy looking ass on this thing, I'll tell you that. Alright, well that's all I got to really show you. All in all, bloody excellent boat. I mean, the new model, I'm a bit jealous really. They've addressed pretty much all of the problems as like far as I can see. I haven't seen one in the flesh, but just looking online and stuff, bloody brilliant. I'm sure it's costs a lot more now, but yeah, is it worth it? I don't know. If they want to chuck me one, yeah, I wouldn't say no. All right, cheers for watching. Yeah, so just going off what I said earlier, I would, if I could start again and opt for some different options, I'd definitely get the boat catch block welded on. I mean, if you have a look at the standard one, it's like 4 or 5 mil plate, and maybe they can squeeze an L&R catch release on there, but if you wanted a boat catch plate on there, it'd be a bit harder to get it welded on afterwards. I think that is in the anchor well. Like I say, not a huge drama, but yeah, it's easier just to do it when you buy the thing. Bloody easy to winch on yourself, but if you could drive on with that boat catch system, even better. Just makes it a better boat. But I do this, launch it solo and retrieve solo pretty easily. Yeah, get the rail seats so you can slide your esky in there, and yeah, just have that little bit extra room. You definitely need the battery box hatch. I mean, that shouldn't even be a bloody option if you ask me, because you're just asking for dramas if you're thinking that'll be okay without that hatch. You're just going to get salt spray, and your batteries and all your wiring's just going to corrode, and it's just a bloody stupid if you ask me. You shouldn't even have to ask for it. I'd hate to look up how much it cost me. Windscreen motor. Yeah, I mean, even though it's not the best design, still bloody good. And if you can polish your windscreen or use some Rain-X or something like that, helps. But yeah, it still helps, so I'll definitely get that. If you could push them, maybe they would let you get the plate deck instead of the what do you call it, the tread stuff, diamond plate, checker plate. Because at least if you got the flat plate, it'd be a lot easier if you wanted to get like a EVA flooring or something like that. Then trying to glue onto this stuff. I think they do it because they get away with 3 mil instead of 4. Bigger tank, yeah, if you could push them for the bigger tank, they might cave, I don't know, but yeah, this is like the Commodore version, or if people are watching this from other areas, it's just like, yeah, the Budjo version, no frills. So I don't know how they go. And the Minn Kota mount, I mean, that wasn't an option, but they did it, and yeah, I'm stoked about that. I think it was about $800 or something, so it cost me about triple that if I got it done afterwards. So yeah, all in all, all those options, yeah, you could probably do with the comfier seats too. I don't sit down too much, so these suffice. But yeah, they, I don't know, that, you know, it would look nicer if it had a bit of, like a bloody fighter jet style seat in there. But yeah, it does me. All right. Yeah, I'm making a meal of this video, but the other option that I would say you wouldn't not want is this bloody boarding ladder. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be an option. Come with it. Everyone's going to need a ladder, especially, I mean, come on. Yeah, just frustrating. And yeah, if you're into your sail fishing, your marlin swords, whatever, you might want the oh, is it the port side? Yeah, the port side transom door here slides out, so you know your water line's about here, something like that. So you wouldn't, if you wanted to pull a big tuna in or something like that, yeah, that would be handy too. All right.